Hello everyone, and welcome back to WolfQuest and our Ultra Ironwolf challenge, where we have managed to survive Maple's first year. Barely! We had some close calls. I'm terrified for this year. This is by far the toughest challenge that I have ever attempted, and I am enjoying it greatly, but man, there is no margin for error, so a wolf's life is about one thing's passing on its genes to the next generation. All else, from hunting elk to defending a territory, drives toward the single goal. You and your mate survive the hazards of the wilderness long enough to meet each other, form a bond, and survive the winter. Now you can try to realize this goal. With pups of your own, you and your mate will become the breeding pair, sometimes called alphas, of your pack. Their survival and the survival of your genetic code will be your responsibility. Even with all the dangers you faced to reach this point, your real struggle has only just begun. So we're going to go ahead, we will hit continue. We are here with Maple and Hope. Unfortunately, our first mate Branch did pass away during the previous run, but Hope is also 4-star diversity, so I'm hoping these guys will have a lot of puppies, which is as terrible as it sounds. It is a shield against completely losing the game. The more pups we have, the more likely at least one of them makes it, which, yeah. But let's actually look at our list here, too. So as you can see, Maple is age 3, and now we don't take any perks as part of this challenge. We are here at age 3, and we are going to be aging up to age 4, but we won't be able to take advantage of any of these perks. We're going to keep playing as long as we can. We're going to try to get to age 8 or up if we can. I don't know if we'll survive that long, but the run continues until the series ends. But as we're running across here, we're going to head back to the same den we were at, which is over above McBride. I do want to talk about a few things because we will start marking some territory. In fact, we probably want to mark this territory. We want to start marking here, but I do want to talk about a few things. So a lot happened in the previous series. You guys actually gave me some really good tips in the comments. Some things that I did not know were the case. So for example, you guys have pointed out to me that drinking water actually restores a little bit of food, and I'll show you guys that in a minute here. Now, I had no idea that was the case. I knew it boosts your stamina. If we go over here to the river and drink, then you guys will see that, but it also does boost your food. So let's get over here. Oh, those are just deer, I think. We're not going to worry about them because Maple's stats are so low. So, okay, right here, if we look at our stats here, we're at 49% food. And you'll see when we drink, our stamina bar goes up a little bit. But so does our food. It's now up to 54%. And man, like, I saw all those comments. So many of you guys told me this. I saw it afterwards. I saw it after it was already too late to take advantage of it. So thank you guys. I really appreciate the comments. I already recorded all the episodes where it would have mattered, but this time it can make all the difference in the world, perhaps. Now, the other thing I'm going to be doing is keeping a much closer eye out for those hares, because my gosh, those guys are so important. Oh, we got to mark this territory too. They make all the difference in the world when it comes to food, and I've learned that, you know, it's better to go a day hunting hares than to risk a risky hunt in stranger wolf territory. Like, it's just not going to be worth it. We can also rearrange these scent posts, so I'm not super worried about where we're putting them. But yeah, that is another thing that I've learned that I'm going to be carrying forward into this year. I guess maybe we didn't need all of those, but we're going to just mark some of them because I want to try to get this done as quickly as possible. It's advantageous if we can finish this in a single day here, because that'll give the stranger wolves less time to cause problems. So you can see we have a bunch of elk over there. I'm not going to worry about hunting them right now because it's so dangerous to do that. We're just going to worry more about getting the territory marked and eating what we can along the way. But yeah, that was some of the biggest things that I learned from the previous litter. Now, the other thing that I do want to talk about in regards to the previous litter is we did, of course, have some surviving pups, and during the course of this run, or maybe some of the later ones, we'll see, you will have the chance to vote for which one's story you want to follow. I don't know exactly when that poll will be up, but keep an eye out for it in the community tab. And each of the pups is going to have their own challenge. It won't be quite as restricted. Oh my goodness, this poor hare is stuck in the water. Well, that makes it harder for him to get away. There we go. But yeah, so each of the pups is going to have their own challenge, and that will be something that carries over. All of this is going to be our Iron Wolf legacy, so all the pups are going to be on Iron Wolf. Also, you guys did tell me not to switch to scent view when you're eating. That was not a thing I knew either, so thank you guys for the tips. You guys are letting me know about little things that I didn't even realize. But yeah, so all of them will be possible options for continuing on the series once Maple's story comes to an end by whichever means, whether she makes it all the way through and ends up dying of old age, or whether something tragic happens along the way. I can't tell you which because I don't know. Well, we will see how this goes. If we make it all the way to ending up reaching old age, I'm gonna be shocked. But also the Elderwolf year is gonna be brutal because you get a further -2 to all your stats, and I'm scared. Or not -2, -1 to all your stats, and I'm scared. We already have a -2. But yeah, we're gonna have to be really careful about. Oh, there's a nearby den. We're not going to worry too much about that. This is the Bison Peak den. I'm more worried about sneakily grabbing this scent post before we get jumped by stranger wolves. But we will go ahead and grab this hair. So that was just a few of the things that I wanted to cover starting off here about the last litter and why I made some of the choices I did, what I've learned from it, and what I know now going forward into this litter. So that's some of the things that will hopefully give us a further edge here this time around as we start on litter number 2 and see how it goes. Okay, we're coming up on a hex here where there might be stranger wolves. If we look at our map, you can see this is one of the better marked ones. I think the wolves are over here and over here, not gonna lie, but they could be moving from this hex to this one, and I actually want to claim both of these. I actually kind of want to claim all 3 of these because I believe this is the area we need to center our territory on, and it's beneficial to do as much of this right at the start as we can, because first of all, we need those territory hexes to make sure that we're going to be able to have a strong enough territory and pass the quest, but we also want to try to claim the ones that we're going to most likely be directly competing with stranger wolves for, in this case the Junction Butte pack, because if we can claim those ahead of time while they're still focused on reinforcing their territory as a whole, then it's going to be a little bit better off for us. Oh my goodness, I hate the heckin' mountain terrain. Like, it's cool. I'm glad they replicated actual Yellowstone. It's so easy to fall in your face when we're here, and if we get in a fight with stranger wolves, it's not something that I want to be hecking around with. I think Maple's probably a little jumpy about being in this area, not gonna lie, because of course this is right around where she got attacked by stranger wolves very, very badly. Nearly lost her life. I am still shocked that that was not the end of the challenge. I thought we were gonna die right there. But now that we've claimed this, I'm just gonna scoot a little bit further down so this is a little bit less difficult to reach. We're gonna yoink the territory next to it as well, and then we're gonna focus on buffing up our border. The reason that I'm so focused about being down here is because, as you can see, most of our territory up here, it's gonna take a little while for, well, you can't probably see it because I didn't don my cursor, but if we zoom in on the area around here, the den is right on the edge of McBride, so this is gonna be about where our territory is. You can see that Junction Butte territory occupies the most out of all of it, so claiming this is gonna be the most to our advantage because they're the ones who are going to most quickly have access to and try to want to take and claim and hold this area. So if we can get it before they do that, they're going to focus more on buffing up their own territory than trying to steal this back. Okay, we got some answering howls starting to happen. I think these are going to be the last ones that we need to claim. So I kind of do want to claim, I might want to try to claim the other one, but I kind of suspect we're going to get jumped by stranger wolves, so we'll see if we can do it. But if we have stranger wolves, I'm gonna run. It's not worth picking that battle. They still are gonna want to reinforce the rest of their territory because you can see how weak most of it is, so they're gonna spend a little time bothering and worrying about with that. But yeah, the sooner we can get our borders next to them reinforced. Oh, don't mind if I do. Just some coyotes. Now, these guys, even on accurate, these guys can be a nuisance. Like, on accurate, coyotes are a slight bit of a threat. We're at full health, so they should be pretty scared of us. But we don't need to, and there are 2 of us compared to 3 of them. But these guys, if they bite you, it does hurt. Hey, no. Yeah, there we go. Ouch, 19 damage just from biting a coyote. Yeah, you guys, get out. I'm gonna eat this. But yeah, if they nip at you, it actually does kind of hurt. Now, I don't think we have to worry so much about our food because there is kind of a time skip, and I think it resets during that time. But it's not a bad idea to have some food just in case we need it. I very much do want to avoid sleeping. And we do want to give Hope the chance to eat. You can go back and eat more if you want to. But yeah, it's just a good idea to have it on hand to take advantage of any opportunity where we don't need to hunt. Alright, we have claimed over this one. I'm gonna run a little bit further up ahead. We will put a scent post. And then we are going to try to claim that other one. I think that's going to be the most dangerous one that we have to worry about here. That's the one I'm most concerned will have actual stranger wolves in it. But so far so good. They're pretty worried about boosting their territory as a whole, I think, so they've been kind of leaving us alone. Let's run over that way, see if we find anyone, and then if not, we should have some time to continue claiming this area. We don't need to claim all of it right now. We'll be able to do some of it after we have pups, but as long as the other stranger packs don't move in, but I don't think they will if we get an early start on this. Alright, here's the scent post. We get jumped. This is where it happens. I don't know if we will. I'm hoping the other wolves have moved on and will not notice our presence. We had technically claimed this, so now if we just skitter down a little closer to the border and claim down here. And if we overclaim territory, it's not as big a deal. I just wanted to prioritize getting this buffer between us and Junction Butte set up before it gets harder to claim this from them. Alright, let's howl a few times to make sure we claim this. Then we'll start circling back towards the actual den area because I think we've gotten this pretty well sorted. Alright, we are coming up on the dens over here. Of course, the McBride den is where the Lakeshore Pack makes its home. And so we're going to be going ahead and we'll put our scent post, or is this... Yeah, this is all going to be the same territory hex. So we'll put it right back in the same spot that we did before. We'll claim this. And I think that might be all we need to be able to choose a den. Now, I haven't gone and rounded out the territory yet because I think we'll actually be able to do that after here. Because, again, we have a little bit of space between the other packs before they're going to start to come and bother us. And here we go. We are the Lakeshore Pack. Oops, we don't need to include pack. We'll go ahead, we'll choose a den. We're going to choose this den. We're gonna meet the puppies, and then we're gonna have some work to be done on marking the territory. All right, let's go ahead. We'll howl here as well, just boost this up, although this is gonna be the den hex, so it should be pretty boosted already. And then the true challenge begins. Also, look at the icebergs. We get a great view of them from up here. We have a very, very good view of the icebergs from atop the den here. Alright, let's be careful not to throw ourselves off the den, but we will just pop down here. This is a wooded den, which again, I still think is better than dealing with eagles. So we're gonna go ahead and, gosh, do I remember what we called this den the last time? I think it was Lakeside Overlook or something like that. I don't know, I overuse Overlook and I'm not about to change that now, so let's meet the puppies. Oh, but first we have to choose perks, or rather, not choose perks. We're gonna advance. We're gonna advance to age 4, but we've picked 0 perks. We've chosen 0, we're gonna continue. We're not allowed to choose age perks. So, yep, we're just gonna pick 0 of 3, and oh my goodness, that's a lot of pups. Oh, that is 6 pups this time. We only had 5 last time. So I'm gonna go ahead and really quick we'll update their designations because of course we did have some pups in an earlier litter, and after that we will go ahead and meet them. All right, here we are. Now 4 weeks old, your pups are too big for the den. As they spend their days playing outdoors, socialize with them with playful emotes to increase the affinity of your pack. If they're playful, play with them. If they're hungry, feed them. If they stray from the den, go find them and carry them back. They mostly eat meat regurgitated by you and your mate, and soon they'll be weaned dependent on you to bring them food. You must also protect them from predators who may see a wolf pup as an easy target. So here we go. We're gonna meet them. We actually have a lot of females. We're starting to see the imbalance. Oh, there's Hope! We're starting to see the imbalance in the number of females to males here. I think we are up to, oh, look at 5M's coat. He's got a very dark one. I guess, is that the Sox coat? I think that is. But yeah, as per the usual, we're going to be waiting a couple of episodes to name them. So you can submit names in the comment section, and I will look through, pick some that I feel are best fitting, and we'll assign them to the puppies once we've seen a little bit more of their personality. Oh, 7F, wait, come here! She has the eyebrow coats! I'm gonna start nicknaming these coats, and I think that's, nope, we have one more in the den. I've just realized, okay, we have to eat more before we can regurgitate again. So this is another thing that's gonna be cool about this den, I've realized. We can go ahead, we can, oh my goodness, plunge our whole entire self into the creek to get a drink, or the lake, and then we should be able to actually feed them again, I think. So who hasn't had a lot? You haven't had a lot. Yeah, we can actually feed them a little bit, so that's good. Now, there is a limit on how often you can do that. I think a lot of you guys are telling me it's about 4 hours, but that's going to be super helpful. And of course, we're going to be very much working on making sure we're bringing back food. I'd be surprised if we're able to go entirely without hunting, but we sure are going to try. However, oh, this is dropping as well. Now that we know what hex this is, okay, we actually claimed a little bit more than we need to, but we're gonna want to buff all of this up. Oh, I bet they got washed away by the floods. We're gonna work on claiming some of this territory before the stranger wolf packs start to encroach. See if we can find some food. I think, yeah, Hope is at 99%, so he should be good. But we're gonna have Maple go run off and mark some territory. Oh, and we're starting off well already. There is a hare right here. In fact, I think we're gonna bring this back for Hope. Now, there is another den over on this side. We were at that den for a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and find that one as well, just so that we have it. But let's make sure that Hope gets to eat too. I don't think, will he eat that naturally with the pups here? Maybe if we boof him back in the den, he will. I don't think we should have any issues with predators right now, but the puppies can't eat a hare anyway, so it's not something we need to worry about bringing him back to them. And hopefully this will get his own food up a little bit higher, so that we can make sure we can take the most advantage of whatever we find for ourselves. Are you gonna eat that, bud? I hope he will. Sir? Sometimes they don't like to eat by the den because they're worried the puppies will want it. Is he gonna eat that? Let's have him come over here if we can. I don't actually want him to come all the way with us. I just want him to eat. Can you eat food, sir? Will you eat the food, sir? Here. He's being stubborn about it. He's not all that hungry, so I don't think he super sees the need to eat. But can he be convinced to fill up his food here? He may not be. Yeah, he might not be. Okay. You can go home if you're not that hungry then. Don't worry about it. We will still eat this, and you can stay back with the pups because some of them are apparently leaving the den. All right, let's get a move on. Okay. This has been another very long day in game. As you can see, Maple is very, very tired, and Hope has remained home with the pups. But Maple's food is above the base threshold, so she'll have plenty to bring back to feed. And if we look at our map, you can see we've claimed all the territory so that at least it is marked. Now, it's not necessarily always marked well, and apparently there's a den around here. I can find it. Oh, there's a hare. Actually, you know what? I care more about the hares because I think 10 minutes ago, am I going the right way? I think, whoops. Yes, I am. Okay, so it's right over this hill. This is how I've been finding food. I've been just snagging every single hare that I come across. Is it right up here? It is. There we go. And we haven't had to hunt, so I'm planning on revising the way I do hunting because the last time I think we got a little complacent with it. I didn't realize how much of a difference it was going to make on accurate, especially with Maple's lowered stats, making every hunt more impactful for her. So food tends to disappear overnight. When we bring down a carcass, I think we're actually going to go ahead and get up in the middle of the night to go look for it. I'm going to ignore this den, by the way, but I'm not going to ignore this stream. Because I think it's been a little bit since we drank from another one. I've been drinking water every chance we get to. As the kids these days say, hydrate or dihydrate. But if we have a carcass that lasts, we're gonna get up. You're kidding. Oh, it's already beginning. Okay. 5F is sick, so we should definitely get back. It looks like we finished marking territory just in the nick of time. Now, I'm only gonna hunt if we really need to find food for Hope, and especially if we find an elk herd near our den. There's a herd that often hangs out in this area. If we run across it, we will do a hunt. But otherwise, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm going to go ahead and hunt this hare, though, if we can figure out. The track's direction always throws me off. I used to be really good at this, and now I'm not. But we're gonna go ahead and we'll bring back one last hare, make sure we can feed the pups. And I'm gonna otherwise just rely on getting food while marking territory. Now, as you can see, I think there is an elk herd pretty close to here. There's the hare. So if we run across it and Hope needs food as well, then we'll make sure we do a big hunt. And we'll try to revisit carcasses or the lake in the night to boost our food a little bit, because I think we started getting a little complacent with not making full use of the food that we have. and I didn't even realize that was going to be a thing, but it ended up being one. So we're going to be more careful with that for the future. But that said, the territory is looking all right. It's not 100% most of it, but all of them have scent posts, and so now it'll be much easier to go back and remark once we need to. So I think that's going to work to our favor. Oh, we're further away than I thought we were. We're way up this side. Okay, I misjudged where we were on the map, but it's all right. We're almost back. Poor Maple's already waning, or already small stamina is waning further. But it should be fine. We'll be able to get back and feed the pups and hopefully kind of hunker down, lay low at the den for a little bit, and we'll see how this goes, I guess. But all in all, a pretty successful first few days, I think. And assuming this illness doesn't get too brutal like I'm worried it might, so far it's been a decent start. All right, all the pups are going to pop out of the den. It looks like it was 5F who's sick, right? She's the one who came out of the den last here. Let's feed these guys as much as we can. I don't think our ability to get more stamina and food from water has recharged yet. But we will feed these guys. Maybe we fed them too much because they actually weren't as hungry as I thought they would be. But I think... Oh yeah, we probably did actually. Oops, that's not great. Here I am talking about not wasting food and then we go ahead and just do it again. Oh good. Okay, it has recharged. I feel a little bit better now. So yeah, we should be all right. But I think we are going to go ahead and leave off this episode here for today. We'll have to see how 5F ends up doing when we come back the next time, because it is time to wrap up here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.